Welcome to IELTShelp.com's General IELTS test preparation videos. You will now see Yumi from Japan score a Band 9 for her performance on this computer-based video chat speaking interview. After the interview, I will give you tips on how you can get higher bands when you're doing this version of the video chat speaking interview. For lots more lessons, including original practice exams and a fully interactive course. Visit and join our premium package at IELTShelp.com. Also, download and link the app, General IELTS Help. Now watch and learn. Welcome to the speaking portion of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test, and we are recording this for marking purposes. I will give you instructions for each part. What is your full name?
My given name is Yumiko and my family name is Nakamura, but please just call me Yumi.
Okay, Yumi, for part one, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. Where do you live?
I live in Sakai's district of Osaka in one-bedroom apartment with my cat Aoi on the 10th floor of the high-rise apartment complex.
And what do you like about your home?
I like that it is nicely decorated according to my taste, and it's very close to the train station, so I can get around Osaka quickly and conveniently.
For part one, let's talk a little bit more about toys. How often do you buy a toy?
I seldom purchase toys these days because I don't have children of my own. So maybe just a couple times a year when I visit my niece, I go.
Where is a good place to buy toys?
I think that buying toys online or in big toy stores like Kiddyland are good because of the wide selection and competitive pricing. A couple months ago, I bought a stuffed dragon for my niece from Kiddyland and she loved it.
What was your favorite childhood toy and why?
That's a tough question because I had so many. If I had to choose, I'd say that my Hello Kitty dollhouse was my favorite. I played with it for a few years for sure.
Do you still have this toy, and if not, what happened to it?
Sadly, I don't have this dollhouse anymore. When I was around 13 years old, I gifted it to one of my friend's younger sister.
If you could make any toy, what would you create and why?
Given the chance, I'd make some kind of educational toys that could help children to learn English from the very early age. Maybe like a tiny robot that kids can sing songs with. That could be fun.
How have toys changed in the last 20 years?
Definitely they have. With the rapid advancement of technology, the toys have become way cooler than a couple decades prior. There's so much mechanics and software that goes into some toys. Also, video game consoles are just unreal these days. I mean that new PS5 has incredible graphics and gameplay.
That's the end of part one. Now we will continue with part two. For part two, I will present you with a card on your screen. You will have 1 minute to read the questions. There is note paper and a pencil in front of you. You can use that to take notes in the 1 minute if you wish. And then you will have 2 minutes to speak. I will tell you when to start and when to stop. Okay? Your 1 minute preparation time begins now, Yumi. You can now see the card. You can begin planning. Yumi, your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking.
I really had a great shopping experience with Sakura, a saleswoman at Takashimaya in Namba, downtown Osaka. I had set out to buy a new handbag as my previous one was worn and out of style. I really didn't know what I wanted to buy. I just wanted a bag that would be in fashion, affordable, and practical. Of course, there are so many kinds of different brands and styles of the handbag at Takashimaya, which is a large shopping mall and department store. So I didn't know where to start. I was getting dizzy looking at all the options when Sakura approached me and asked me if I needed some assistance. She's a typical Japanese woman with long dark hair, short figure, and of course she was very smiley. I was really astonished by her professionalism and knowledge of the products. She asked me if I needed some tea or water before helping me to choose the right bag. A cup of green tea helped me to calm down a bit and enjoy the experience more. Then she asked me a few questions such as color of my wardrobe, the size of the bag I needed, as well as my price range. We had a really good conversation and she made me feel confident about my decision. In the end, she helped me to pick out a beautiful beige Chanel bag that I'm very happy till this day. I feel like Sakura was such an excellent staff at Takashimaya who had the best interest in my mind. Looking back, she could have taken one more step to offer me a matching purse with the handbag, but all in all, I was very pleased and I would definitely go back to get her help to choose other accessories.
Your time is up, Yumi, so please stop there. Now we will continue with part 3. For part 3, I will ask you a question related to your response and some questions connected to the topic of part 2. How often do you meet with customer sales agents that are as professional as Sakura?
Fortunately, I often meet with sales reps that are as professional as Sakura was. In Japan, customer care is held in the highest regard, and it is not only shameful to give less than amazing customer help, but also employees will certainly lose their job if they are rude.
Let's talk about customer service. What are important points to pay attention to for salespeople when dealing with customers?
As I mentioned in the previous part, the customer needs are really important to consider. So the sales rep should ask questions like Sakura did to find this out. Also, it is important to be polite with the customer as their money keeps the business alive.
What behaviors should be avoided by professional customer agents?
Definitely, being rude to the customer should be avoided at all costs. A dissatisfied customer usually tells a lot of people about their bad experiences, and this can ruin their business. Also, any kind of scam, like asking for an unreasonable price, is a bad policy because it leads to reputation loss.
Which products and services may require an extra high level of customer service?
I think that services and the products that are either expensive or deal with people's health need an extra level of attention because simply there's more at stake. I mean, a person wants the absolutely best treatment when buying expensive TV or car, and they're definitely sensitive when treated by doctors and nurses in hospital.
What can happen to businesses in these industries that do not provide a positive buyer experience?
I think that health clinics or car dealership may not only go bankrupt if they mistreat their clients, but they may even end up with lawsuits on their hands.
How has customer service changed in the past 20 years?
There have been some changes in customer care over the last 2 decades. Namely, most of the customer agents now have to speak English and be tech savvy so they can adequately assist their customers. A lot of services and products demand these skills.
How has technology affected customer service?
Well, people can price match products just about anywhere and anytime, and also they can give a bad review very quickly.
Can you give some examples of this?
Sure. When I bought my Chanel bag, I quickly checked online to make sure that I was getting a good price. Also, when I bought it, I gave the store 5-star rating on Google reviews.
Who is most responsible for making sure that customers have a positive shopping experience?
With that question, the store manager have the greatest responsibility to make sure their customers are happy with the services and the products, as they are in charge of the smooth business operation and the growth. It is their responsibility to train and supervise their staff to make sure that customers are always happy.
What is the best way to deal with difficult customers?
I think when there's a tough customer, the on-site manager should be called to help as best as possible. The manager should be empathetic to the customer and keep the business interest in mind. If the customer feels cheated, give him 20% discount and an apology can solve the situation.
That is the end of part 3. That concludes the speaking section of the IELTS exam. Yumi, you will have your mark in a couple days online, and you'll have the official certificate with the other sections in a couple of weeks. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye. For this performance, on a bad day, Yumi would get a band 8.5. On a good day, she would get a band 9. This is because she is clearly between a very good and expert user of the English language. Yumi's fluency and coherence are top level. She doesn't pause much at all to think about ideas. She expresses herself clearly and with lots of details, giving explanations and examples. Furthermore, Yumi uses a wide range of grammar, and she has excellent lexical resource, including phrasal verbs and idioms. Yumi has a slight Japanese pronunciation. However, her diction and her pronunciation are very clear, and it's easy to understand her. For these reasons, Yumi could very well get a perfect score. Now, here are some points to remember when you are doing the computer-based video chat version of the IELTS exam. Follow these tips and you will get a higher score. When doing the computer-based video chat version of the IELTS speaking interview, firstly, it's important to position yourself comfortably in your chair and make sure that your headset and microphone are also comfortable. Now, when you're speaking through a computer camera and microphone, these act as filters. So you need to be melodramatic. This means that you want to emphasize about 10% more than usual. In this way, you will seem natural to the examiner. Also, don't forget to use facial gestures. Smile. Smiling gives you confidence. Nod when the examiner asks you a question. This shows acknowledgement. Of course, in the video chat, you can't really use hand gestures too much because only the upper torso and head are visible. So facial features become more important. Next, blame the equipment. If you miss a question or if you don't catch a question the first time, you can get away with blaming the equipment once, maybe twice. Don't do it often. You can say, "I'm sorry, I couldn't quite hear you there. Can you please repeat that?" Or you can say, "I'm sorry, that wasn't too clear. Maybe something's up with my headset. Can you please repeat that?" Again, once or twice, you could do this, and the examiner will repeat the questions. However, it might get suspicious if you do it more. As well, when you're doing the computer-based exam, pay attention to looking into the camera rather than just at the screen. This will give the feeling of eye contact for the examiner. It's a good idea to train your eyes to look into the camera while also looking at the face of the examiner through your periphery. In addition, visualize and pretend that the examiner is there in the room with you. This will make your speech feel more personable. It will be more real. These details will certainly add to the quality of your communication. And finally, this is very important. Pay attention to fluency and giving complete answers. Often when people are talking through a video camera, they tend to keep their answers brief. However, in the IELTS, you must show your maximum English level in the given time. This means that you should always pay attention to giving an answer, an explanation, and often including examples. Don't let the camera trap you into giving very short answers, because that will restrict your band score. Speak fluently. Follow these points and you will certainly improve on your next IELTS exam. And remember to practice this at home with your friends or speaking partners online. You can do this on our website at aehelp.com through the Student Partner Speaking chat option. Good luck the next time you sit your IELTS exam. For many more video lessons like this one, including original practice exams, a fully interactive course, and strategies to get those high band scores, visit and join our premium package at gieltshelp.com. Also, download and link our app, General IELTS Help. Begin learning for success today. Subscribe to our channel. Click over here. Watch another video? Click right up here. And join our premium package. Click on our hero to practice your speaking, get videos, exams, and an interactive course.